Guys, welcome to the Let's Play stats for 2015 for Gang Beasts. If you were like me, then you actually kind of want to figure out who was actually winning Gang Beasts, or what were the various placements, because it was very jarring as a game. So I went and compiled some statistics about the games that they played. I will hopefully be releasing a video for each of the different years as separate videos. So yeah, let's begin. Okay, so the group played only one game of Gang Beasts in 2015 under the Let's Play channel. It was 33 rounds. Michael had the highest probability of first place at close to 40%, followed by Jack at 24, Ryan at 17, and then Jeff in last. Probability of second place. As you can tell just by the graphic that I've put on the side of the picture, you can see immediately that Michael is the only person who seemingly has a higher odds of ending up in a better position than a worse one. And yeah, so I've compiled this for third and fourth place. So together you can see here that it's more likely for Michael to end up in first. It's more likely for Michael to end up in a better position than it was for anyone else. Say Jeff is more likely to end up in last, or has a higher odds of ending up in fourth. Ryan was consistently at 17% across the board between first, second, and third, and then had a higher probability of fourth. Jack had surprisingly a weird one. He was very similar to Michael's, except second place stood out slightly. Some random facts from the data generation. Jeff was eliminated the most by Ryan and Jack. If I'm not wrong, it was, I think, 5 times each that they personally threw him into some sort of hazard. Michael eliminated both Jack and Ryan the most times, both equally. Jack was the best at killing Michael. Jeff had the least player eliminations at 4. Michael had the most at 15, which isn't surprising, honestly. Jeff only came first once in, I think, the 27 rounds that he played. Jack was never eliminated by Jeff in the entirety of the game. Jack died also least to other players, and everyone had roughly a 21% chance to die with someone else, except for Jeff, who was slightly lower than the others. Okay, so here's another small graphic which I will explain. The best map for Michael was the conveyor map, and the worst was ice. So as you can see here, this is an average of their placement for each of the maps, based over a time sequence. So the first map that they played was the bus, and you can see who tied and who came first, or who tied for first, and it's just their general placement for all of those. The best map for Ryan was ice, and the worst was the map with the fans. The best map for Jeff was container, which I think was his only first place. And the worst was ring, which I believe he came fourth, almost in every one. And I say almost because you can see by the graph that there is no 4 anywhere specifically for Jeff. Actually, no, I was wrong. There is. So yeah, Jeff did actually come last in every single one of those in ring, if I'm not wrong. The best map for Jack was ring, and the worst was conveyor. 10 of the 12 eliminations on bus, so the starting map, were self-inflicted or environmental. So they killed themselves, or they just threw themselves into harm's way, or the environment got the better of them without them actually touching someone else or trying to eliminate someone. But to be fair, it was the first round I think they'd ever played of Gang Beasts, so go figure. 9 of the 12 eliminations were directly by other players on the conveyor level. And when I mean conveyor, I mean the level that's got the giant fire pit in the center and the conveyor belts that lead to it. Okay, and then here we come to the final part of this. The average placements, which were adjusted per round. So as you can see from this graphic, there were 10 points at which people crossed over. Jeff and Ryan seemingly contested for third and fourth place. At some point, Jeff overtook Ryan for third and then switched back closer to the end. Jack consistently got better at the game as he played and eventually ended up in first place. Marginally so, though. Michael consistently got worse at the game, but still good enough to put him into a second place at a very, very, very close point next to Jack. So what were the final standings for 2015 for the single Gang Beasts game that they played? Final placement, 4th, Jeff at 3. So on average, out of all of the rounds that Jeff played, he is most consistently going to end up at about 3. Ryan was 3rd at 2.69, so again, it's like saying Ryan is more likely to end up at 3 or somewhere between 2 to 3. Jack came first at 2.02 and Michael at 2.05, so the difference between the two of them is almost negligible, but Jack just beat out Michael. So yeah, if you have any suggestions or things that I could edit in or stats that you would like me to try and find in this, or specifically any other series of the Let's Play group or any series in general, do let me know.